What's going on, everybody? It's your boy C-Zar, and we are talking about XRP today. Hit that like button, you guys. Subscribe if you want to see more content like this, and let's get into it, all right? It is the 13th of August, and here we are with about 23 hours, 38 minutes left in the day, sitting here at 325. We had a nice little pump yesterday, a little rally, 4.4% to the upside. Nice to see. We're still in this range, lower highs, lower lows. We very well could come back down, but what's something to mention about yesterday's price action is that, one day we closed above yesterday's close. We closed above the day before. We closed above the day before, and we got pretty damn close to that. All 4 days of this downside basically erased by one day. Not completely erased. 3 days of it, essentially, but looking good. Definitely a signal that we do want to go higher. It's very possible still that we could go lower, and the intended area that I had yesterday, the day before, and the day before was like $3 to $3.10. We did go down right to 3.105. It's $3.10 and a half. Very close to that top end of the range, right? Close enough. I think that that's fine. We don't have to go lower than that. But if we were to go lower, I wouldn't be thrown off by that. I wouldn't be surprised or sad or discouraged, right? Go a little bit lower. Go to $3.05 or even $3 itself. Hell, go to $2.95. We're probably going to move up right after that. So I'm not necessarily expecting that we move lower right now. That's a very bullish day. Let's see where we stand on the 1 hour time frame and the other time frames, and then we'll go from there, okay? 1 hour time frame here, looking at it. RSI looking like it wants to come down. You got a little bit overbought and looking like you want to come down. Stochastics look like they want to come down. The MACD is crossed above the zero, which is nice, but you could definitely come down from here. I wouldn't be too surprised. 325 right now. I really wouldn't be thrown off by that. The question that I have is, are you going to go lower? I could very well, I think easily see that we do reject from here and that we do go lower from the current price, but do we go lower than this low here? Do we put in another lower low? I don't know about that, right? We very well could find support somewhere in between $3.10 and where we topped off today or yesterday at $3.30. Hold on, guys. Hold on. So 325 now. We could go down to 322 to 318, somewhere like that. The 382 to the golden ratio. Let's say 316 to 322. Very viable options to find support. If we do get below about $3.12.5, we get below there, the odds of us going to $3.05, even $2.98, it goes up a good bit. And XRP does like to wick a little bit through its golden ratio. So let's say $2.95 to $3.05, still very much on the table. But if we hold support at $3.16.5, that might be all she wrote, guys. We take out this high, that's it. I mean, that validates that we're moving up, but I would think that we move down a little bit from here, right? Does that make sense? That's my expectation at the moment. Hold on. Looking at the indicators. Even in a bullish situation with the stochastics where you bounce off the 50, you would at least come down a little bit, right? Same thing with the RSI. The MACD looks really good, but continuation from here doesn't mean that you have to keep moving up right now. You could move down first and then move up. You could flip this red a little bit and then move up. 4 hour time frame. Is Bitcoin just frozen? No, it's just not moving. I swear it's been like at the same price this whole video. Maybe not. I guess it's moved down a little bit. Maybe I wasn't paying attention. Anyways, but nominal amounts, right? Nothing too crazy. Anyways, XRP. Let's put this back on the 1 hour. 4 hour time frame here. Do you have higher highs on a closing basis with your candles? Higher highs in the RSI as well. Rejecting the overbought zone on the stochastics, not necessarily a good thing, but I'll take your rejection off the stochastics and see you with a bounce off the zero line on the 4 hour MACD. That's a bullish look right there, you guys. That's actually a very good look right there. That definitely gives promise to the idea that that was the low right there at about $3.10. So if you're counting on prices to go below that, just understand you might be holding your breath for a long time. I'm not saying that we can't go lower from here. I very much wouldn't be surprised if we did go lower. 316, you guys. I like that 316 to 317 area. But I wouldn't be surprised if that was the low at this point in time. I wouldn't be surprised if we went lower either, but at this point, I suppose I am leaning toward the idea that is the low, especially with things looking the way they are. You have rejected your overbought zone, which I don't appreciate on the stochastics, but here, we've done that before. You rejected back here, and it was just a little divot, and you continue to climb. Well, then you went down, but that's not the point, okay? Here you rejected, and you went down a little bit, but then you continue to climb there as well. So I'm okay with that, man. I'm really not. And the RSI overall is bullish. The MACD is mega bullish right now, so 2 out of 3 looking good. That's not bad, right? Looking at the 4 hour here, let's actually get the high to low and just see what we're doing here. If I skipped over anything, high to low here. I mean, you're flirting with that golden ratio pretty well. You're at the. I think that was the low, man. If it wasn't the low, $3.05 really does have promise. But I would think what we do now is we come down, we find a higher low, maybe right there at 316, and that area keeps coming up, man. 316, 316 and a half. From there, we move up. And once you get above $3.54, it's all over but new all-time highs, man. We're going straight to Mars from there. We should be seeing XRP approach prices around, I think, anything from $11 at a minimum to $16 at a maximum. I'm personally in favor of that $14 zone, $15 zone personally. We should see that happen between now and the end of September. That's my expectation. Over the next 6 weeks or so. $3.25 now. We got a lot of growth to go. Let's look at the daily time frame and the weekly time frame, and then we'll wrap this up. Getting overbought, not getting oversold. Dude, you're super bullish on the daily time frame. Stochastics look bullish as hell. The MACD, it's like super bearish with this histogram being red, and you haven't done much, right? You haven't done much at all. By contrast, whenever you had a super bullish looking histogram here and you had a super bullish looking MACD, look at how much you ran. You're moving up so much faster than it is that you move down, right? You're taking the elevator up, you're taking the stairs down. So whenever it's time to run, and I think it is time to run because your oscillators have reset themselves, and the RSI is in a bullish posture here, I think that you will see some magnificent upside. We are running with this idea, guys, that this could be some kind of slanted inverse head and shoulders pattern here, right? Higher lows, higher highs. That really could be it right there. The volume profile, if I remember correctly, isn't completely appropriate for that, but if it is a inverse head and shoulders, just eyeballing it here roughly, your breakout would probably be a little bit higher than that, but let's be conservative. 420 would be the intended target. I wouldn't be surprised, man, with the crypto space, with how much of a meme 420 is. I wouldn't be surprised if we found some resistance at 420, like a quick little bit of resistance, and then we probably break through it and continue higher. We should be at $4 and more within the next week. That'd be my expectation just looking at this here. We're probably going to start to resume moving like this, right? XRP, when it moves up, when it's breaking out, which we're on the verge of doing, it moves at this pace. It only knows one pace. And we're kind of doing that now, excluding the last 4 days. I don't know, man. I'm just saying we've got some good stuff ahead of us. I wouldn't be surprised if we came down a little bit today, but by the end of the day, maybe perhaps we're breaking out of this and then looking for higher prospects. I've got nothing else for you guys. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, hit the like button, subscribe. Take care of yourselves. All right. Let's look at this real quick from a high to a low basis. This 1414 is where I think we're going to go by the end of September. Typically with the 1414, you do wick above it and then you close below it. So anything and everything above 1357, not that you should sell your XRP, but if you're looking to swing trade this, that might be a good area to take profits. At least 837. If you're not on board with the idea that XRP is going to $11 to $16 like I think it is by the end of September, at least hold out for 837. Let me explain real quick. I know I said buy, but let me just explain why at least 837, okay? It's been a while because we talk about this all the time. The rhetoric's gotten old because we've been up in this area for months now, but let's go over it. We haven't gone over it in a while. You consolidated for multiple cycles. Multiple. High to low of this consolidation range. You consolidated for multiple cycles going on, basically like 2.5, right? Bull cycles and bear cycles. And you're going to stop at the minimum target, the 1272, the minimum, you're going to stop there. That's where you're going to stop. That doesn't make sense to me. I don't think so. I think you're going at least here. This would be, I don't think you're going all the way up to $27. By the end of the cycle, yes, and then some. I really see XRP going to this area here by the end of the cycle, but time will tell, 67 and higher, or at least $40, right? I think that's my minimum target is $40 based off of this fib here where the 2618 is. Yeah, $41 there. I digress. The main point being, by the end of September, you're breaking out of this multi-cycle consolidation phase. You're seeing new all-time highs now, and that move is going to stop at the minimum target? I don't think so. But even then, that's at least the minimum target. So if you're going to swing trade XRP, you shouldn't even think about selling, in my opinion, until we're above 1350. But if that's too bullish for you, at least wrap your head around 837. I got nothing else, you guys. Hit the like button, subscribe, take care, bye.